My name is Thomas Regan. I'm a professional property investor here in Australia. Now, I'm stealing this from an investor in Australia, another one who's a property investor and he invests in other things as well, but his name's Nathan Birch. And his strategy to build wealth through property is build a recession-proof property portfolio. And let me break that down for you guys. What does that mean? So, what does that mean? It means when times are bad, when interest rate environments are high, when people are scared, when people don't want to buy, when people don't want to make decisions, you are investing. It's a contrarian view to investing, and ultimately investing in this way will make you far wealthier than just following the crowd as a sheep. The difference between being able to build a recession-proof portfolio and just being able to build a property portfolio that most of the herd mentality follow is when times are good and things are going up, or assets or properties or whatever is making money. That's when everyone jumps in the game. That's when everyone starts investing, right? Like every man and his dog. You don't want to be investing when everyone at the barbecue or the taxi driver, everyone thinks it's a great time to invest, right? Because at that point, that's when the market is most volatile. Okay, so I really want to explain this a bit better to you guys right now. So basically, building a recession-proof property portfolio is the ability to scale your wealth through property investing when most traditional or most people think it's impossible. And that ability will get you far further ahead than most people. Okay, so for example, if property prices go up when there's a market boom, and that's when everyone makes their money, that's when everyone starts investing, okay? But as I said, that's the most risky time to invest. But the issue, most of the reasons why people don't invest when there's no boom in the market, because it's very hard to scale a property portfolio if the cards are stacked against you. And what do I mean by the cards are stacked against you? I mean the market's flat, interest rates are high, so on and so forth, things like that, okay? So most people look at the market in a state like that and they go, can't do anything, it's not impossible, rah-de-da-de-da. But if you're building a recession-proof property portfolio, you're strategically buying properties in that market that you can scale. And guess what happens when you go through a boom cycle? You've gone ahead and bought your 10 properties, and then you're holding those 10 properties. The boom happens, and then everyone jumps in, pushing the prices up higher, and those people that are jumping in are getting like one property at a higher price than you paid for it, whereas you already secured your 10 properties and your wealth is just going through the roof. And you can at that stage where there is the boom, you can scale it further again, and that's how that works. That's how building a recession-proof property portfolio works, right? But basically, the people that would jump into the market when it's booming, it's the people to do that from that perspective only would mean they're not really looking at their numbers. They're not thinking about the investment. They're just jumping in because properties are going up. They're going to make money. Their friend made money. They're going to make money. It's a very emotional thing. But to be able to build a property portfolio that's recession-proof, you need to be very strategic about how you're buying. You need to crunch the numbers. You need to know your numbers. Otherwise, it won't work, because it's obviously to build a property portfolio in a recession is a harder thing to do, right? When you're starting a business in a recession, it's a harder thing to do, okay? Most businesses are going broke and going out of business, and you're talking about starting a business. And I'm sure you guys have heard the stories about businesses that have started in recessions. Those are the ones that grow to the largest businesses, because they learn how to scale when it's hard, and then when when times get good, they can turn the fire on, and then when times get hard again, they already know what to do. They don't just they don't just, grab their bag and go home when times get hard. They already know how to do it. They already know how to push forward. That's the point. Build a recession-proof property portfolio, and you'll set yourself up for success. See you guys next time. Bye.